Last week I shared with you a 54 minutes compilation of all the information I gathered about the Montego Bay bypass and Long Hill bypass, plus recent updates. Today, we want to spread the net a bit further to discuss the history of Jamaica's Highway 2000 project. Welcome back to ArtsyIslandGirl Jamaican Vlogs. I'm Artsy, and this is our development series, where we discuss the latest news and updates on developments taking place in Montego Bay, Jamaica, and across the world. Jamaica embarked on a transformative journey with the inception of the Highway 2000 project many years ago. This ambitious infrastructure development initiative has had a significant impact on the country's transportation network and economic growth. In today's video, we'll explore the history and key milestones of the Highway 2000 project. The genesis. The idea of a modern highway network in Jamaica was launched in 1999 by the government of Jamaica as a response to growing congestion on the existing roadways. The aim was to enhance connectivity and mobility within the islands, while also promoting economic development. It was envisioned as a public-private partnership, marking a pivotal shift in how large-scale infrastructure projects were managed. However, what if I told you that the plan to connect Jamaica via an extensive road network was first conceptualized all the way back in 1968 and was comprehensively outlined in the Jamaican Transportation Survey of 1968-1969. In fact, most of the road alignments that are now being implemented in the Highway 2000 project were conceived during this time, according to this Wikipedia article. Were you aware of this? If so, let me know in the comments. Now, after learning this information, I had to go searching for a copy of this survey. What I found was a 6-page document on the National Library of Jamaica website. I linked it in the description box so you can go and have a look for yourself. After scanning this document, I didn't see the details mentioned in the Wikipedia article, so I'm guessing that it's not the complete document I was hoping to find. It did mention, however, the implementation of the survey and the cost of other road developments and projects, even the building of bridges. Here's a quote. On the 15th of October 1968, an agreement was signed between the Ministry of Communications and Works and a Canadian consulting engineering company to carry out the Transportation Survey. The objectives of Stage 1 of the Transportation Survey are as follows. A. To establish and analyze the true costs of transporting goods and passengers in Jamaica by rail, road, coastal shipping, and air, and in light of the best available information on traffic trends, to project the costs forward 10 years. B. To examine the present level and condition of capital investment in each of the above subsectors and the recurrent costs of the services in each, and to project both the necessary capital and current costs forward to 1973 and 1978. In the light of an examination of traffic trends and expenditure in both public and private sectors of the domestic transportation network, to establish on a priority basis in and between modes a list of projects for the study. C. To recommend policies and measures which will, as far as possible, ensure that transport development in Jamaica takes place in the most economical directions and, in particular, to ensure the most economical use of present and foreseeable future physical and financial resources. The estimated time for this survey is 12 months, and at the 31st of March 1969, all the work was on schedule. The survey, which is being financed by a loan from the Canadian International Development Agency, is being carried out in 2 stages. Stage 1 is a general transportation survey, and Stage 2 will be a technical and economic feasibility study of high-priority transportation projects. The first stage of the transportation survey commenced in November 1968, and an island-wide origin and destination study to obtain information on the movement of people and goods has been completed recently. So this particular article did not go into the details of the alignments. I would love to get my hands on that one. Now, I've heard that the original alignment was for the Montego Bay bypass to go through the Westgate Hills area, but because it took so long to start, that area became more developed, and now they can't pay for those properties, so they pushed it further inland to the current alignment. Some here. I don't know how true that is. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. As I said previously, according to this Wikipedia article, much of the current Highway 2000 alignments were proposed and defined in the 1968-1969 survey, including the Phase 1 East-West Leg and Portmore Causeway, Phase 2 North-South Leg, as well as a proposal to connect the East-West Leg to Montego Bay. The proposed highway system was also included and adopted in the National Physical Plan for Jamaica 1970 to 1990. What? Another plan? You know, I had to go check that out too. I found it. It's also linked in the description box and you can go and look at it for yourself. Now, the National Physical Plan for Jamaica discusses not only proposed road infrastructure, but also parks and recreational areas across the island. Here's a quote from the plan regarding roads. All roads should be scenic in the sense that they offer a visually pleasant experience to drivers, as well as provide a transportation route. Any road improvements in Jamaica should take into account ways to preserve and enhance the aesthetic qualities of the landscape, in addition to serving the traffic needs. Many existing roads in Jamaica offer the driver views of the great physical beauty of the country. Selection of specific scenic roads in this plan is based on the criteria of 1. The road should present views of features of unusual beauty and interest. 2. The road should traverse a variety of landscape features. 3. The road should have, now and in the future, a low level of commercial and industrial use. And the scenic road system should encompass most landscape types in Jamaica. The scenic roads shown on the plan all exist at present, but they are not paved. Because the purpose of a scenic road is primarily for recreation oriented to traffic close and distant views, care should be taken to prevent obstruction of the views or damage to attractive vegetation alongside the road, whichever is the main reason for the particular section of the road being scenic. As part of the recreation function of scenic roads, laybys, viewpoints, and small picnic areas should be developed at appropriate locations alongside the roads. The various parts of the scenic road system were then briefly described. They spoke about the Montego Bay to Lucy roadway, expressing that the development on the roadway should be controlled in order to preserve the view of the sea. They also spoke about Old Harbour to Black River, among other roadways. They spoke about Front Gully, about which they expressed that control needs to be established to prevent the continued removal of ferns along the roadside.